What's going on, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. All right, Bitcoin hodlers, you have been rewarded. Close to new all-time highs here. Bitcoin really making some strides over the last 48 hours, topping out here at about 18,500 or so. So what we're going to talk about in this video is, is this move over? Have we blown off here? You notice we had a pretty decent drop from overnight. We hit about 18,500. Pulled back over $1,000 and then have found some support in this area. But people are thinking this looks kind of like the top that we saw in 2017. So how does this all play out? So we're going to talk about realistically what you can expect going forward here over the next week or so. Talk about our multi-time frame indicator and what that's telling us as well here, and we'll zoom out and look at a few different time frames. So let's dive into this video.
Trade Genius.
All right, guys, real quick, if you want to get the in the room with us or the signals for the crypto binaries and ETF stock signals, or if you are interested in the indicators that we're going to be talking about today, check out our specials and our indicator section as well. And you can get these at the Black Friday specials. And we also have Black Friday for 50% off, which is, we only do this 1 month out of the year, 50% off on our shop and packages. So check it out, tradegenius.co. All right, diving into the chart, this is a 30-minute chart. So a couple things. One is, we came up overnight, hit about 18,500. If you recall in the last video, I thought we would get somewhere in the 18,300 to 18,900 because those were some long-term levels, regression levels and things like that that I felt were going to be resistance. And sure enough, ended up right in there. What's impressive to me is that we're holding in this zone. The multi-time frame indicator, if you guys sign up, will get access to this. We're just about ready to release it. If you'll notice, it really has not turned red at all at any point in this run-up. This is a 30-minute chart. You'll notice we've had these decent areas of trend lines that eventually start to break. And if you were to zoom out, you'll notice that really this looks like parabolic structure. So the way I look at this is, and even now since I drew this trend line down, just recording this video here on Wednesday night, we've already poked above it. So technically I need to do one of these there. But if you'll notice, it's looking parabolic. It is parabolic. And we've had our different bases here. You could argue this is a base down here, but I like to look at it from when they start breaking out of the consolidation range. So just looking at this move here where you're doing one of these moves up, right? Here's a base, here's a base, here's a base, going to get a base here. Okay, and you'll notice that the duration of them is getting shorter. So the width of the bases are getting smaller. Typically you're going to see 4 to 5 bases in a parabolic move. So this either does one of these deals where we get a another move up, a small consolidation, and a final blow off, and we take out the all-time highs, or we just get one more surge up like this, and then we come back in, we'll make a lower high, do a little bit of consolidation, and then roll over, and then that's pretty much it. That high is locked in, and then we get probably a 20 to 30% pullback down to one of our support levels, which at this point, this area here is probably going to be one of the candidates for supporting the price of Bitcoin. And then you're going to start a longer grind out. So I think that the move is definitely not done. I think that we will see some consolidation here, and then we're going to see one more pulse higher. Things are getting overheated. The stock markets, obviously we're going to do a second lockdown. I do think that the markets are probably going to roll over, and I think we've seen the highs locally on things like the stock market for the time being. So eventually that might start to drag on Bitcoin, but I think Bitcoin's not done here. Bitcoin has shown that has no problem pulling away from the market. And so that's why I think that even if the market rolls over, let's say over the next week or so, I think Bitcoin can still make a new all-time high. If we look at the all-time highs, flipping to like the daily chart here, you'll notice this red zone, which is where we've basically come up, probed into and are holding, is all this is the two prior tops. So when Bitcoin topped out, if you look here, this is the all-time high on Coinbase, 19,891.99, and then we had the distinct top here that was put in at 17,178. But you'll notice when we got into this level, see, I think most people were thinking we were going to poke above it. Maybe there's some stops there, people waiting to get out there from buying way back when and just happy to get out at break even. And then we come back in. It didn't happen. In fact, that prior high now has become support. This is the daily candles, and you'll notice that we just closed the daily with a doji. Doji is a candle of indecision. A lot of times what will happen in these moves, people think, oh, we're going to pull back. But I think, no, we're going to most likely, I think the probabilities are between now and tomorrow evening when this candle closes, is that we stay within the range of this candle. So this may turn into an inside bar. If you look at this here, let's do one of these. So an inside bar means you're not going to exceed the high and the low of the preceding bar. So low is coincidentally on that previous high, right? So you're going to stay within this range. That's our current bar. When this bar is done, let's just say the bar looks like this tomorrow. Might have a higher high or a lower low by this time tomorrow, but let's just say it looks like this. Then what you're going to do then, if this is the way it looks tomorrow, okay, this becomes an inside bar. You then just take the break of this bar. So if it starts to break up, you take that, and that's your long entry, looking to get long. And at this point, any moves up, we're looking to target all-time highs now. Really don't think, a lot of people are going to think there needs to be a pullback. This is a blow-off type move, but in the past, when we get to this point in a parabolic cycle, you see this doji. That usually means one final consolidation and then a move higher. These are just the probable moves that I'm giving you right now as it stands. So again, this is the daily. There's really hardly any price history up here. I think that we're not seeing much of a rejection because I just don't think there's that much in the way of people up here looking to sell. If you look at here above 17,900 or 18,000, very, very little volume. All the volume here was done at 17,900 and below. If you're just looking at this all-time high move here toward this is just the peak of the 2017 move. That's all we're looking at here. The value, fair value in this area was from 17,900 down to about 14,700. Okay, and we've just moved right through that, and now we're in this upper end of it where there's just no volume. So I'm not really bearish up here, to be honest with you, other than the fact that once we do clear the all-time highs, I think that we'll watch how that move happens, but I think that could potentially be a blow-off move because there's just no price reference up there. And it's just going to be a matter of people not willing to put money to work at that point, and then probably stops that are being trailed up get hit and cascade down. And then we'll see a price come back inside this all-time high, most likely. And then people will short off of that, and then we should see a lower high. But the move won't, like I said, the pullback, you know, at that point, you could expect maybe a 20 to 30% pullback. I just don't think this cycle is going to be as volatile, and you're going to see as the types of dips that we've seen in the past, because the past was mostly retail driven. And now, as you saw with our previous video, there's a lot more institutional flows coming in now, which also brings stability at these higher prices. All right, guys, well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Trade Genius.